Welcome back to Z Coins. Today, we're going to explore one of the most common, yet potentially most valuable coins out there, the 1989 D Mint Mark Washington Quarter. At first glance, it might just seem like any other quarter, but collectors and experts alike have been tracking down this specific coin because of its surprising market value, over $74,000. So, if you're a coin enthusiast, or even if you're just casually interested, stick around as we uncover the history, the key features to look for, and why this quarter is worth so much. Let's take a step back and dive into the history of the 1989 D Mint Mark Quarter. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this specific batch of Washington quarters was struck. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it has remained a staple of U.S. currency ever since. By 1989, millions of these coins were minted in both Denver and Philadelphia. The Denver Mint, as you might know, has its own unique D Mint mark, which is an important identifier for this coin. The 1989 quarters were made of a copper-nickel clad composition, which was typical for modern quarters at the time. But what makes the 1989 D quarter special? We're going to get into that next, but first, let's talk about how many of these coins were minted. In 1989, the Denver Mint produced over 896 million Washington quarters. That's a lot of coins. You might be wondering, with so many in circulation, how can a single quarter be worth thousands of dollars? It's all about the details and condition. When evaluating a coin's worth, collectors look at two main things: rarity and condition. And that's where the term MS comes in. It stands for mint state. A 1989 D quarter in MS 65 condition, for example, can be worth a few $100s. But as you move up in condition, particularly into grades like MS 68 or higher, that's where things get really exciting. The real game changer came when one of these 1989 D quarters, graded in perfect MS 68 condition, was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $74,200. This set a record, making it one of the most valuable modern Washington quarters ever sold. That's right, this little coin, which you could have gotten as change from a soda machine back in 1989, ended up fetching more than $74,000. But how does a 1989 quarter reach that level of value? First, it has to be in pristine condition. Coins graded MS 68 are nearly flawless, with no visible scratches or marks. For a coin that has been in circulation for over 3 decades, finding one in that condition is extremely rare. So how do you know if your 1989 D quarter is worth more than 25 cents? First, grab a magnifying glass and take a close look at your coin. The key things to look for are the D Mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver, and then check the overall condition. Coins that have very few marks or wear, with strong details in George Washington's face, the eagle on the back, and the lettering, could potentially be valuable. If your coin looks close to perfect, it's worth getting it graded by a professional coin grading service, such as PGS or NGC. This is the best way to determine the official condition and value of your coin. While the $74,000 coin was an exceptional case, other 1989 D quarters in mint state conditions can still fetch impressive prices. For example, MS 66 and MS 67 coins regularly sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on market demand. And it's not just about the high-end coins. Even if your quarter doesn't hit the perfect MS 68 level, it could still bring in more than its face value, especially in lower mint state grades. Over the past few years, we've seen a surge in demand for high-quality Washington quarters from the 1980s. Why? It's partially due to the growing interest in modern coin collecting and the rarity of finding these older coins in near-perfect condition. The market for collectible coins has been booming, and many collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are graded in mint state conditions. If you think you have a valuable 1989 D quarter, there are a few ways you can sell it. One option is to go through an auction house, especially if the coin has been professionally graded and is in top condition. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bauer specialize in high-value coins. Another option is selling online through platforms like eBay, where coin collectors are constantly searching for hidden gems. Just make sure to accurately describe the condition and provide clear, high-quality images of your coin. So there you have it, the 1989 D Mint Mark Quarter, a seemingly ordinary coin that could be hiding extraordinary value. Whether you're a serious collector or just curious about what's in your pocket, it's worth taking a closer look at your change. Who knows, you might just be holding onto a coin worth thousands of dollars. We are diving deep into a truly fascinating piece of American currency, the 1978 D Mint Mark Quarter. Now, you might be thinking, what makes a quarter from 1978 so special? Well, sit tight, because we're about to uncover the history, value, and why some of these coins are worth a jaw-dropping $86,200 in today's market. First, let's talk a bit about the history. The 1978 Washington Quarter was part of a long-running series featuring the profile of America's first president, George Washington. This series began back in 1932, commemorating Washington's 200th birthday, and became so popular that it stuck around for decades. By the time we get to 1978, there wasn't anything too unique about the Washington Quarter in terms of design. However, the minting process is where things start to get interesting, particularly with the Denver Mint. See this tiny D here? That means the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. 1978 was a pretty regular year for coin production, but what we're going to learn is that even normal coins can hide some valuable secrets. Now, let's get into the juicy part. What makes the 1978 D Mint Mark Quarter worth potentially tens of thousands of dollars? Well, there are a few key factors. First up is the condition. As with most collectible coins, condition is everything. If your 1978 D quarter is in pristine, mint state, or has been graded by a reputable agency like PCGS or NGC, its value skyrockets. We're talking a mint state 67 or higher. That's one of the highest conditions a coin can be graded. Finding a quarter in this kind of shape after more than 40 years is incredibly rare, which is why prices can soar into the tens of thousands. Second is rarity. While the Denver Mint produced millions of quarters in 1978, only a few have survived in exceptional condition, and even fewer have been graded as high as MS67 or MS68. The rarer the coin, the higher the value. Simple as that. In fact, only a handful of 1978 D quarters have reached such high grades, which makes them incredibly desirable to collectors. Third, error coins. These are the goldmine of coin collecting. Some 1978 D quarters have unique minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or even planchet flaws. These types of errors can add tremendous value to an otherwise regular quarter. People will pay huge amounts of money for a rare error coin. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. How does a 25-cent coin become worth $86,200? In 2021, an extremely rare 1978 D quarter in MS67 condition sold for a whopping $86,200 at auction. That's right, a quarter that someone probably carried around in their pocket decades ago now commands the price of a luxury car. This specific coin was in impeccable condition. The surfaces were flawless, the strike was strong, and it had a beautiful, eye-catching luster. The rarity of such a high-grade 1978 D quarter combined with a surge in demand from collectors created a bidding war, ultimately driving the price to that staggering $86,200. All right, so by now, you're probably wondering, How can you tell if the 1978 D quarter you found in your change is worth thousands? Here's what you need to look for. First, make sure your quarter has the D mint mark below Washington's neck. This means it was minted in Denver, which is crucial for identifying the 1978 D quarter. Next, look at the overall condition. Does it look brand new, or is it worn down from years of use? If your quarter looks practically untouched, it might be worth getting professionally graded. Lastly, inspect the coin for any visible errors. Common issues could include doubling on the lettering or numbers, or an off-center strike. These errors can drastically increase the coin's value. If you think your 1978 D quarter might be worth a small fortune, the next step is getting it appraised. I recommend sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will not only grade your coin, but also authenticate it and certify any errors or unique features. The grading process might take a few weeks, but trust me, it's worth it if you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Plus, having your coin graded and authenticated adds significant value when it comes time to sell. Now, what's the market like for the 1978 D quarter today? Well, as with many collectibles, the value fluctuates based on demand. Right now, we're seeing a strong interest in high-grade coins across the board. If you have a 1978 D quarter in MS67 or higher, you could easily be looking at a value between $2,000 and $10,000. And if you're lucky enough to have a top-tier example, like the one that sold for $86,200, you could be sitting on a life-changing amount of money. The coin market is always evolving, so now might be the perfect time to check your collection or even dive into coin hunting. Who knew that a simple 25-cent coin from 1978 could be worth so much today? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1978 D quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting is such a thrilling hobby. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about other rare coins and hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and specifically, we're going to talk about a coin that may be hiding in your pocket change. The 1991 D Mint Mark quarter. Could this coin actually be worth a fortune? How much could you sell it for today? Stick around, because we're breaking down everything you need to know: the history, rarity, and current market value of this often overlooked coin. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about that one strange quarter you found in a drawer, this video is for you. And if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Let's jump right in. First, let's start with a bit of history. The 1991 D Mint Mark quarter was produced as part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. This quarter was minted in Denver, which is where the D Mint mark comes from. Denver is one of the main locations of the U.S. Mint, along with Philadelphia, San Francisco, and West Point. In 1991, the U.S. Mint was still using copper-nickel clad composition for quarters, which had been the standard since 1965, when the Mint moved away from silver coins. This means the 1991 D quarter is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. While this coin isn't made of precious metals like silver, there's more to its value than just the materials. Now, here's where things get interesting. While the 1991 D Mint Mark quarter isn't considered rare in general circulation, some specific versions of this coin can be incredibly valuable. What makes a 1991 D quarter worth a lot of money? The key lies in the condition, grading, and any potential errors or varieties. First, let's talk about coin grading. Coin collectors and investors often look for coins in mint condition, which means little to no wear. The grading scale goes from poor, P1, all the way up to mint state 70, MS-70, with higher grade coins fetching significantly higher prices. The 1991 D quarter can be worth a lot if it's in a high mint state grade like MS-66 or above. In fact, some of the highest graded examples, like MS-67 or MS-68, have been auctioned for impressive prices. Speaking of impressive prices, let's talk about what you've been waiting for: how much this quarter is worth today. While most circulated 1991 D quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, coins in exceptional condition can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In fact, a high-grade 1991 D quarter sold for a whopping $66,200 at an auction. Yes, you heard that right. Over $66,000 for a quarter that originally cost just 25 cents. This particular coin was graded MS-68, one of the highest grades ever recorded for this issue. So, if you have a 1991 D quarter that looks like it's in pristine condition, it could be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will give your coin an official grade, which can significantly impact its market value. But there's another factor that can make your 1991 D quarter worth much more. Errors. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production of a coin, and collectors often pay a premium for these unique varieties, where the coin appears to have a doubling effect on certain parts of the design, like Washington's face, or the lettering dot where part of the coin's edge is missing due to an error during the blanking process. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and condition. So, you're probably wondering, how can I check if I have a valuable 1991 D mint mark quarter? Well, it's actually pretty easy. Here's a quick step-by-step guide for beginners. First, check for that D mark below the eagle on the reverse side to confirm it's from Denver. Is the coin heavily worn, or does it still have a sharp, crisp design? The less wear, the more valuable it could be. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to inspect for any minting errors, such as off-center strikes or doubling. If your quarter looks pristine, it might be worth sending it to a professional coin grading service. Remember, even if your quarter doesn't have errors or a high grade, it's still worth holding onto, especially if you're into coin collecting. Now, let's get to the current market value of the 1991 D mint mark quarter. As of 2024, most circulated 1991 D quarters are still worth face value, but uncirculated and high-grade examples are where the big money is. In grades like MS-65 or MS-66, these coins can sell for anywhere between $30 to $150. However, when you get into the upper echelons, grades like MS-67 or higher, you're looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auction settings. And of course, if you happen to have a 1991 D quarter with a minting error, the sky's the limit. Always check reputable coin dealers, auctions, and online marketplaces for the latest prices, as values can fluctuate with collector demand. So, could that 1991 D quarter in your pocket be worth a small fortune? Maybe. Whether you're looking to sell or just enjoy the thrill of collecting, the 1991 D quarter is a fascinating piece of U.S. history with real potential for serious value. We're diving deep into a very special coin that could be worth more than you think: the 1994 P mint mark $quarter coin. That's right. What may seem like a regular quarter might actually be worth big money in today's market. We're going to cover everything from the history of the 1994 P quarter, what makes certain ones worth a small fortune, and most importantly, how you can determine if you're sitting on a coin that could fetch you as much as $58,200. So, if you're ready to learn more about this unassuming yet potentially valuable coin, smash that like button and let's get started. Let's start with the basics. The 1994 P quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been produced since 1932. The P Mint mark on this coin tells us that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the 4 major mints in the US now. Here's something to note. 1994 wasn't a particularly rare year for quarter production. In fact, over 825 million quarters were minted at the Philadelphia facility that year. That's a lot of quarters. So why are we even talking about a coin that had such a massive production? Well, here's where things get interesting. Even though these quarters were mass-produced, some of them have specific characteristics that make them incredibly valuable, up to tens of thousands of dollars. Like many coins, the 1994p quarter has some rare error variations. These can range from off-center strikes to double dies and other unique production mistakes. Coins with significant minting errors are highly sought after by collectors and can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One example is the double die error. If the design on the coin appears to be doubled, especially on the reverse side, the side with the eagle, that's a clear sign that you have something special. A double die coin could fetch anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on its condition. There are also off-center strikes, where the design is shifted from its normal position. These are less common, but can still be worth a considerable amount, especially if a large portion of the design is missing. Even if your 1994p quarter doesn't have any minting errors, it could still be worth a lot if it's in pristine condition. Collectors often pay a premium for coins that are in mint state, meaning they show no signs of wear or damage. The grading scale goes from MS60 to MS70, with MS70 being a perfect coin. A regular 1994p quarter in average condition is only worth its face value, 25 cents. But if you have one that's in mint condition and has been professionally graded at MS68 or higher, its value skyrockets. Some of these high-grade coins have sold for over $1,000 at auction. Now, let's talk about the big one, the sale that rocked the coin collecting world. In 2023, a 1994p mint mark quarter graded at MS68 Plus sold for an astounding $58,200. That's right. A simple quarter that could have been sitting in someone's pocket change for years was auctioned off for tens of thousands of dollars. Why did this particular coin sell for so much? It's all about rarity and condition. The MS68 Plus grade is incredibly hard to achieve for any coin, let alone a quarter from 1994. Only a handful of 1994p quarters have ever received this grade from the top grading services like PCGS or NGC. The combination of a nearly flawless coin and the rarity of the high grade made this quarter an instant hit among collectors, leading to that massive final sale price. Now, I know what you're thinking. Do I have a valuable 1994p quarter? Well, let's find out how you can check. First, look for minting errors like the double die or off-center strikes. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details on both sides of the coin carefully. If you spot anything unusual, you may have something valuable. Next, check the overall condition of the coin. Coins that show little to no wear are going to be worth the most. If you think your coin is in pristine condition, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will assign an official grade to your coin, which is crucial if you want to sell it for top dollar. Also, don't forget to weigh the coin. Some error coins were struck on planchets meant for other denominations, which would affect the weight. A standard quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If your coin's weight is off, that could mean it was struck on the wrong planchet, making it a valuable error coin. Let's talk market value. As of right now, 1994p quarters in regular circulation condition are only worth face value, 25 cents. However, those in mint condition and with high grades can fetch anywhere from $100 to $1,000, and that's just for MS66 to MS68 grades. And as we saw earlier, the rare few that reach MS68 Plus can go for insane amounts. $58, 200 and potentially higher in the future as demand for high-grade coins continues to grow. If you're interested in selling your coin, platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or other numismatic auction houses are great places to list. Keep in mind that the market for coins can fluctuate, so timing can play a role in getting the best price. So there you have it. The 1994 Mint Mark quarter might just be worth more than you think. Whether you're hunting for error coins or hoping to find a perfect high-grade specimen, there's always a chance you could strike it rich with a simple quarter. Remember, check your change, inspect those coins, and who knows, your next pocket find could be worth a fortune. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2001 D1792 Mint Mark $quarter coin, a piece of history that's turning heads in the collector's market right now and could be worth up to $38,200. That's right, folks. This seemingly ordinary 2001 D quarter from the 50-state quarter series is making waves in the coin collecting world because of its unique characteristics, historical significance, and, of course, the sky-high prices collectors are willing to pay for the rarest versions. If you've got one of these coins tucked away, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So let's start with the basics. The 2001 D quarter is part of the 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008, which was designed to honor each U.S. state with unique designs on the reverse of the coins. The D Mint mark means the coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most prolific mints in the United States. But the 2001 D quarter that everyone's talking about today is special, and here's why. Now, let's talk about this intriguing 1792 Mint mark. The reason for this number is rooted deep in U.S. history. While 1792 isn't the actual mint year for these quarters, the significance of this date comes from the establishment of the U.S. Mint. The Philadelphia Mint, the first U.S. mint, was founded in 1792. In fact, it's this connection to history that makes these coins so coveted. However, what really makes these 2001 D quarters stand out are the unique mint errors or varieties that collectors look for, which can drastically increase their value. Some quarters may have misstruck designs, doubling, or even anomalies on the mint marks themselves. To fully understand why the 1792 mark is such a big deal, let's take a quick trip back in time. In 1792, the United States was just starting to establish its financial identity. President George Washington signed the Coinage Act into law that year, and the U.S. Mint was created to standardize currency and ensure the young nation had a reliable medium of exchange. The first coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint were created in 1792, which is why any reference to this year carries immense historical weight in the world of coin collecting. This means that any quarter that bears a reference to 1792, whether through error or intentional design, immediately becomes more than just a piece of currency. It's a connection to the dawn of American coinage. All right, let's get down to business. Why is the 2001 D quarter with the 1792 Mint mark worth so much money? First off, rarity. Any error coin or coin with an unusual feature instantly becomes a target for serious collectors. Rarity and condition are the two biggest factors that drive up coin values, and the 2001 D quarters with mint errors or the mysterious 1792 Mint mark are exceptionally rare. On top of that, collectors are always willing to pay a premium for coins that have historical significance, especially if they have a direct link to pivotal moments like the creation of the U.S. Mint. Combine that with a growing interest in U.S. coinage, and you've got a market where people are willing to pay top dollar for the rarest versions of this coin. According to recent market data, pristine specimens of these 2001 D quarters are currently valued as high as $38,200. Yes, you heard that right. Let's talk numbers. Currently, these rare 2001 D1792 Mint mark quarters can fetch anywhere between $100 for more common variations to as high as $38,200 for coins in mint state condition, MS-67 or higher. Coins in such great condition are typically those that were never in circulation or were handled with extreme care by collectors. But how do you know if your quarter is one of the valuable ones? Well, here are the key things to look for. Check for any doubling of letters or numbers on the coin. These errors often occur during the minting process and can make your coin much more valuable. Look closely for any unusual marks, particularly around the mint mark. Some of these quarters have been known to feature the number 1792 in a very subtle, almost ghost-like fashion. The value of your coin significantly increases if it's in pristine condition. Scratches, dirt, and wear can lower the value, so it's crucial to assess its state. Make sure to handle your coins carefully, and if you think you've got a valuable one, consider getting it professionally graded. Now, if you're lucky enough to have one of these rare coins, the next question is, where and how do you sell it? Your first step should be getting the coin authenticated and graded by a professional grading service like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A certified grading report can give you an accurate idea of the coin's value and make it more appealing to buyers. Once graded, you can list your coin on auction sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or other specialized coin marketplaces. Rare quarters like this tend to attract the attention of serious collectors, and with the current market value, you might be surprised at just how much your coin can fetch. So there you have it! The 2001 D1792 mint mark $quarter coin is more than just spare change. It's a piece of American history that could be worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you never know what kind of treasures you might find in your pocket change or old coin jars. We've got something truly special for all you coin collectors and history buffs out there. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2001 P1790 mint mark $quarter coin, a coin that's making waves in the market with an unbelievable value of over $52,200. That's right. What might seem like just another quarter in your pocket could be worth a small fortune. But what's behind this insane price? Let's break it all down, from its history to why it's so sought after, and what's driving its sky-high market value today. First, let's take a look at the coin itself. The 2001 P1790 $quarter coin, as the name suggests, was minted in 2001 at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it carries the P mint mark. But what's with the number 1790 on this quarter? And why is it so significant? Well, to understand the mystery behind this coin, we have to go back to 1790, a key year in American history. It was during this time that the federal government, under the leadership of George Washington, began seriously considering the establishment of a national mint. This eventually led to the creation of the United States Mint in 1792. The 1790 on this 2001 coin is a nod to this historic moment. But wait, here's where it gets interesting. This coin wasn't supposed to exist, at least not in the way collectors are finding them today. In 2001, the U.S. Mint produced millions of state quarters as part of the state quarters program. However, an extremely rare batch of coins was released with a strange minting error. These coins carried the unusual P1790 marking instead of the standard P mint mark. This error has made them extremely valuable. So what makes this mint error so important? Mint errors in coins are often highly prized by collectors because they're rare. The rarer the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. The 2001 P1790 $quarter is one of those rare error coins. The Philadelphia Mint typically follows strict quality control measures, so when these mistakes happen, they can become a collector's dream. Now, not all error coins are created equal. What makes this 2001 P1790 mint mark $quarter stand out is its extreme rarity. So far, only a handful of these coins have surfaced. Some sources speculate that fewer than 200 of these error coins may have been minted. That's what's driving the insane prices we're seeing today. Okay, so now that we've covered the history and the error itself, let's get into what you've all been waiting for, the value. As of now, these coins have been fetching prices as high as $52,200. Yes, you heard that right, a quarter worth $52,200. That's because the demand for rare error coins, like this one, has been skyrocketing in the numismatic community. But there's more to it than just the rarity. Collectors are paying top dollar for pristine, uncirculated versions of these coins. And when I say uncirculated, I mean coins that have never been used in regular commerce. These high-grade specimens can earn perfect or near-perfect grades from coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The highest graded coins have been the ones fetching those jaw-dropping prices at auction. Here's how it works. The PCGS and NGC use a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 2001 P1790 quarter that's graded near 70 will be far more valuable than one that's been heavily circulated or has visible wear and tear. For example, one 2001 P1790 mint mark quarter recently sold at auction for over $50,000 because it received a nearly perfect grade of MS68. And if an MS69 or MS70 version were ever discovered, it could potentially break records and go for even more. These numbers are what's pushing the market value of this coin to dizzying heights. So, should you start searching your pocket change for one of these coins? Absolutely. While the odds of finding one in circulation are extremely slim, stranger things have happened in the world of coin collecting. And even if it's not a 2001 P1790 error coin, other state quarters or mint errors can still be worth a decent amount of money. Remember, mint errors come in all shapes and sizes, off-center strikes, double strikes, missing elements, and of course, incorrect mint marks like we see on the P1790 coin. So it's always worth checking your loose change before spending it. Taking these steps could help you uncover a hidden gem worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. So who knows? You might just hit the jackpot. So there you have it, the incredible story behind the 2001 P1790 mint mark $quarter coin, its fascinating history, and how it's making waves in the world of coin collecting with an eye-popping value of $52,200. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a great reminder that sometimes the most valuable things are right under our noses. We're diving into the world of coin collecting and discussing a particularly fascinating piece, the 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter coins. You might be surprised to learn that some of these quarters are worth way more than just 25 cents. In fact, they can fetch prices up to $32,200 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, over $32,000. In this video, we'll explore the history behind these coins, what makes them so valuable, and how you can potentially find one yourself. So, let's get started. Before we dive into the 2019 P Mint quarter specifically, it's important to understand a bit of background about the U.S. quarter itself. The quarter dollar, or simply quarter, has been a cornerstone of U.S. currency since 1796. Over the years, it's undergone various design changes, from the Liberty Head to the current state and national park designs. In 1999, the U.S. Mint introduced the 50-state quarters program, which featured designs celebrating each of the 50 states. This program was hugely popular and lasted until 2008. It was followed by the America, the Beautiful Quarters program in 2010, which featured iconic sites in the U.S. from national parks to historic monuments. The 2019 quarters are part of the America, the Beautiful series, a program that ran from 2010 through 2021. In 2019, 5 unique quarter designs were released, featuring the following locations. The P Mint mark indicates that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint is the largest and oldest coin producer in the United States. It began marking coins with the letter P in 1942, though not every coin minted there has always featured this mark. In the case of the 2019 quarters, the P Mint mark tells collectors and coin enthusiasts that the coin came from Philadelphia. While this might not seem like a big deal, certain factors make some of these coins more valuable than others. Several factors contribute to the astonishing value of some 2019 P Mint mark quarters. Let's break them down. While the U.S. Mint produces millions of quarters each year, not all coins are created equal. Some batches of coins are produced in lower quantities than others, which immediately adds to their rarity. A lower mintage means that fewer coins are in circulation, making them more desirable for collectors. For the 2019 P Mint quarters, certain varieties and errors occurred during the minting process, creating coins that are incredibly rare. When we say errors, we're referring to misprints or mistakes made during production. Coin collectors often prize these errors, and they can add significant value to an otherwise ordinary quarter. Error coins are a huge reason for the high value of some 2019 P Mint mark quarters. These errors can take many forms, such as double strikes, off-center minting, or even die breaks. Let's take a closer look at some common errors. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally struck more than once, causing some elements of the design to appear doubled. These can be hard to spot without a magnifying glass, but they are highly sought after by collectors. When a coin is struck off-center, part of the design is missing, leaving a blank area. This kind of minting error is also valuable, and its worth can skyrocket depending on how off-center the strike is. This is when part of the die breaks during the minting process, leaving a raised, blank area on the coin. This adds rarity and value to the coin, as it's a mistake that shouldn't have left the mint. The value of any coin, including the 2019 P Mint quarter, largely depends on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. Coins that score 65 and above are typically considered in mint state, meaning they've never been in circulation and are in pristine condition. If you find a 2019 P Mint mark quarter that's in uncirculated condition, it can already be worth significantly more than its face value. But if you combine this with an error like a double die or off-center strike, its value can skyrocket. For instance, an MS-67 graded 2019 P quarter with an error could easily fetch thousands of dollars at auction, and some have been known to go as high as $32,200. Here are a few specific examples of 2019 P quarters that have fetched significant sums. Some of these coins have sold for over $1,000 due to a prominent doubling of the design elements. Error varieties of this quarter have sold for thousands of dollars depending on the size and location of the cut. Error. An MS-67 graded San Antonio Missions quarter was sold at auction for over $1,500. If this coin had any errors, the price would have been even higher. If you have any 2019 quarters at home, it's definitely worth taking a closer look to see if you struck gold. Here's how to identify a potentially valuable coin. First, make sure the quarter has a P Mint mark under the year on the front of the coin. Carefully examine the coin under good lighting, or better yet, use a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look for signs of doubling in the text or design, off-center strikes, or raised areas that could indicate a die break. Is the coin in excellent condition? The fewer scratches and wear marks, the better. If the coin looks uncirculated, it could be worth sending to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. As of today, the value of error coins or high-grade 2019 P Mint mark quarters can vary. While some have sold for over $32,000, most valuable coins tend to fall in the range of a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on their condition and rarity. If you're looking to invest, it's important to do your research, learn about grading, and understand the market for rare coins. It's also crucial to buy from reputable sellers and ensure the coins you purchase are properly certified. The 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter coins might look like everyday pocket change, but some of these coins are worth a fortune. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, it's definitely worth checking your change for these rare treasures. With a combination of rarity, minting errors, and high-grade conditions, some of these quarters can be worth as much as $32,200. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and we've got something very special lined up. We'll be talking about the 2020 P Mint Mark $quarter coins that have caught the attention of collectors all over the world. Some of these coins are fetching insane prices, up to $26,200 on the current market. So what makes these quarters worth so much money? Is there something unique about the 2020 mint? Let's dive into the history, design, and the factors driving these incredible prices. Make sure to stay till the end because you won't want to miss out on these valuable insights. Alright, before we get into the value and how you might have a coin worth thousands sitting in your pocket, let's start with a little background. The 2020 $quarter coins were part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started in 2010 and ran until 2021. Each year, the U.S. Mint released 5 different quarters to celebrate national parks and historical sites across the country. Now, the Mint mark is a crucial part of coin identification. The P Mint mark on these quarters tells us they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which has been striking U.S. coins since 1792. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the largest and most important facilities, responsible for producing billions of coins annually. 2020 was a historic year in many ways, with the COVID-19 pandemic affecting almost everything, including the production of coins. The U.S. Mint was impacted as well, leading to some unusual circumstances that made certain coins from this year rare and highly valuable. Now, you're probably wondering, why are some of these 2020 P Mint Mark quarters worth so much? Let's break it down. Firstly, 2020 quarters come with different designs, but the most famous one from this year is the Salt River Bay quarter. This design, featuring a mangrove tree, was a part of the America the Beautiful series. While most people see these coins as ordinary change, certain coins from the 2020 minting process became incredibly valuable for a few key reasons. One of the biggest reasons these coins are fetching such high prices is due to minting errors. Coins with mistakes, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks, are like finding gold for collectors. A single error on a coin can make it extremely rare, and rarity drives up value. Some 2020 P quarters have these kinds of mint errors, and they are often the ones selling for thousands. Collectors go crazy for these because each error makes the coin one of a kind. When it comes to coin value, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Many of the 2020 P Mint Mark quarters that are selling for big bucks are in MS65 condition or better. MS stands for mint state, meaning the coin is in pristine condition, almost as if it just came out of the mint. Coins with grades like MS65, MS66, or higher are rare and very sought after. And because the 2020 quarters are relatively new, finding one in mint condition isn't impossible, but it requires careful handling and storage. Okay, here's the big question. Why is one of these 2020 P quarters worth as much as $26,200? That's a lot of money for a quarter. In June 2023, a 2020 P Salt River Bay quarter sold for an eye-watering $26,200 at auction. So what made this particular coin so special? This specific coin had an extremely rare minting error, which made it one of a kind. The error itself was a striking anomaly that was visible on both sides of the coin, making it unique in the world. This coin was also graded at MS68, which is very close to a perfect score. Finding a coin from circulation with such a high grade is exceedingly rare, and that perfect condition made it all the more valuable. The demand for rare coins has surged in recent years. Coin collectors and investors alike are constantly on the lookout for unique, high-grade coins, and when they spot something like this, the bidding can go sky high. The more collectors want a particular coin, the higher the price goes. So, if you happen to have a 2020 quarter with a minting error, or in nearly perfect condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Alright, so now that you know why these quarters are valuable, let's talk about how you can check if your coin is worth something. The first thing you want to do is examine your coin for any errors. You can use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to check for things like die cracks, doubling in the letters or numbers, or misstrikes. Even small, barely noticeable errors can make a huge difference in value. If you think your coin is in excellent condition, you can get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They will assign it a grade, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is likely to be. To get an idea of how much your coin might be worth, check online auction sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see what similar coins are selling for. Keep in mind that prices fluctuate based on demand and rarity. If you find a potential error coin, or you have a coin in top condition, it's a good idea to get it authenticated. This adds credibility to your coin when you decide to sell it, and buyers will be more confident that they are getting a genuine piece. So, what's the market value for these 2020 mint mark quarters today? While not every quarter from 2020 will be worth thousands, many with mint errors or in pristine condition can still fetch anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on the error and grade. For example, coins graded at MS65 can sell for a few $100s, while MS67 or MS68 coins can bring in even more. As for the future, well, coin values tend to increase as they get older, especially if they remain in top condition or continue to be rare finds. If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins, hang on to it, or consider selling it while the market demand is high. Who knows, that quarter you have could turn into a big payday. So there you have it. The 2020 mint mark quarter dollar is not just another coin in your pocket. It could be worth hundreds, or even thousands if you've got the right one. Make sure to double-check any 2020 quarters you come across. You never know what kind of treasure might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting!